That is the glory of Tulasi. Without Tulasi, Krishna doesn't take the offering because Tulasi is the eternal maidservant of Krishna. And therefore, her leaves, her flowers, manjaris are certainly dear to Keshava. It is prescribed that one should offer Tulasi manjaris in form of deity form in worship to the deity form of Sri Govinda. For Tulasi has incarnated in the form of a tree. The arrangement for offering Tulasi manjaris in worship to the deity form of Lord Vishnu is confirmed by all transcendental Vaishnava Smritis. After worshipping Sri Tulasi in her manifested worshipable form as Tadiya, by sprinkling water on her. So she is Tadiya Vastu of Krishna. Tadiyanam Samarchanam. Even Lord Shiva tells to Parvati, Aradhananam api sarvesham, Vishnu Aradhanam param. Tasmat Parataram Devi, Tadiyanam Samarchanam. Beyond all this, first, beyond all the type of worship, Vishnu Aradhana is the topmost. But beyond even Vishnu Aradhana is Tadiyanam Samarchanam. Worshipping Tulasi is the topmost. That is why one worships Tulasi by sprinkling water on her. Sri Gaur Sundar worshipped his family deity, Sri Govinda. In other words, he offered pure worship to the deity form of Vishnu. By performing this pastime, the Lord set the ideal example of mandatory daily duties for God-conscious householders. Every Vaishnava householder should follow this ideal example of Lord by engaging in the worship of the deity form of Lord Vishnu and accepting with faith and humility the remnants of footsteps offered to the Lord. So every day one should do this. Tulasi cannot be offered to the demigods. Don't try to put Tulasi and give to Ganesha or Durga. Vishnu is Krishna Prayasi, Radha Krishna Seva. That is her goal. So Tulasi is given to only Krishna. Tulasi Manjari Sahita Divya Anna Mayani Samukhe Karila Upasana. Mother Sachi brought fine cooked rice with the Tulasi flower on top and placed it before the Lord. Vishwakshener tabe kori nivedana ananta brahmanda natha korena bhojana. After offering footsteps to Vishwakshena, the Lord of innumerable universes began to eat. Vishwakshena or Vishwakshena. Vishwakshena or Vishwakshena is a four-armed associate of Lord Vishnu who holds the Lord's garland. Now, Vishwakshena is the elephant form of Krishna. He has four arms. He holds Lord's garland. In the Haribhakti Vilas, it is stated that thereafter, a sober person should offer 100th portion of the Lord's prasad to Vishwakshena. And in the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is stated with offerings such as Prokshana, one should worship Durga, Vinayaka, Vyasa, Vishwakshena, spiritual masters, and the various demigods. That is why you have the Bali Pit. What is that Bali Pit? In every temple, it should be. In ISKCON temple, we don't have. But if you go to the Puranic temples were made with all this understanding. Prabhupada could not introduce because his audience was different. For them, first to understand the concept, Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, that itself is a big thing. Because the audience were not understanding. They cannot understand what is Prokshana, what is Bali Pitha. That is why just offer to Krishna, everybody is getting. That is the simplest way of worship. Because simple people don't have much knowledge. Then simple worship has been taught. And the simple worship is what? Just give it to Krishna, everybody is eating. So how everybody is eating? So for that, in the Puranika temples, they have Bali Pitha. They offer that. They offer to Garuda. They offer to Vishwakshena. They will offer to demigods. They will go to the Garuda Stamba, keep some offerings over there. If you see the proper Sri Vaishnava temples, they have it. They have all these vidhi. Even if you go to North Kashi and all, they have all these vidhis. Once again, he should offer the deity water for washing his mouth, and he should give the remnants of the Lord's food to Vishwakshena. This time we had gone to Ahobilam. There we saw Down Ahobilam, there is a Prahlada Varda temple, which has been built, the deities have been manifested by Tirupati Balaji himself. When Tirupati Balaji comes along with Padmavati, he manifests the Prahlada Varda deities. So there we saw the offerings were taking practically half an hour. The put was closed. And after the put is open, the offerings were directly taken first to Garuda, then Lord's water, which is used for washing his face. That is also that is also given to Garuda. That means that Vidhi also took another half an hour. In his Bhavartha Deepika, commentary on the quoted half of the later verse, Sridhar Swamipad has stated, one should meditate that the Lord has finished eating, then offer him water for washing his hands and mouth. Thereafter, one should offer the remnants of the Lord's footsteps to Vishwakshena. And after taking his permission, one may then eat. This is the scriptural injunctions. Then the offerings are given to the acharyas. Even our pujari does. Practically, it takes more than half an hour. After Lord eats, everything is given to the spiritual master. After Lord's mouth is washed, meditating, then the acharya's mouth and all is washed. They are given the water to wash the mouth. That is known as personal services. This is the very most personal service. Then the demigods, Balipit and all is kept around the temple. There also they go and give. After that, the Brahmana sits and eats, takes prasad, takes the remnants of the Lord. But that much we cannot do at home. And in the temples, if that knowledge is there to the Brahmana, he will do it. If not there, okay. But deity worship courses include all this. They try to teach as much as possible. Samukhe Vasila Sachi Jagatera Mata Harira Bitare Dekhe Lakshmi Pativrata. Sachi, the mother of the universe, sat before the Lord, and the most chaste Vishnu Priya watched from within the next room. She was watching everything. Mai bole Aji Bapa Kipun Kipadila Kahara Sahita Kiva Khandala Karila. Mother Sachi asked, my dear son, what books did you study today? Did you quarrel with anyone? What is the question, Jassi? Because she knows her son quarrels with everyone. Tries to refute their wrong philosophy and then purposely tells that wrong philosophy is right and refutes other person. Tries to show the Panditya. So which book did you study? Did you quarrel? Prabhu bole, Aji Padilana Krishna Nama Sapta Krishna Charana Kamala Gunadhama Sapta Krishna Nama Guna Shravana Kirtana Sapta Krishna Chandrera Seva Kaye Jana. Today I read about the names of Krishna. The lotus feet of Krishna are in fact the reservoirs of transcendental qualities. Hearing and chanting about the qualities and names of Krishna is the truth. And the servants of Krishna Chandra are also the truth. So what I studied today is the glories of the holy name of Krishna. And every scripture is speaking about the glories of the holy name of Krishna. This is what I studied. And then chanting about the qualities and the name of Krishna is the truth. And servants of Krishna Chandra are also truth. In answer to Sachi Devi's inquiry, the Lord said, the lotus feet of Krishna are alone the original shelter or source of all transcendental qualities. They are eternal, pure, primeval objects. The eternal occupational duty of all controlled living entities is to hear and chant about the Lord's transcendental names, forms, qualities, associates, or pastimes, which are completely non-different from the person indicated by those names, possessing those forms, exhibiting those qualities, accompanied by those associates, performing those pastimes. Those devotees who hear and chant Krishna's names, forms, qualities, associates, pastimes are the eternal truth. Lord says that Krishna is the only shelter for everyone. And eternal occupational duty of all controlled living entities. What is the meaning of controlled living entities? The living entities who hanker to serve Krishna. They have controlled their mind and senses. For them, the occupation is just hear and chant about the holy name. Vyavasayatmika buddhi ekeha kurgandana. Bahushaka anantascha buddhayo vyavasayinam. That is the only work for a controlled living entity. Generally, the mind hankers to enjoy various things around. But a person who has controlled his mind and senses hankers. He also hankers. Hankers for what? For serving Krishna. The more and more we serve Krishna, the more and more we chant the holy name, that's hankering to serve Krishna also increases. That is why chanting of the holy name is the real solution to increase our desire to hear and chant more and more and perform devotional service. The moment we feel I'm satisfied, satisfaction is one of the impediment in the path of devotional service. One should never be satisfied in serving Krishna. One should be satisfied in the material life. Ho gaya, bas, kar liya. Now the time has come to chant the holy name. At this age also, if you are hankering more and more, then one has to go in this birth and death cycle. Again, punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam. So that is why it is very important to understand where should be the where should one demark the satisfaction. Demarcation of satisfaction comes in the material life. In the spiritual life, if you are satisfied, oh, I am hearing a one-time class, that is enough. That is enough. I am doing something, I read at home, that is enough. No, one should hanker more and more, more and more. That is how, if the hankering is there, understand progress is there. Progress in devotional service is there. The more one gets an opportunity, serve. If you get an opportunity to broom. Sei Shastra Satya Krishna Bhakti Kahe Aya Anyatha Haila Shastra Pashandatvaha Paya. This literature that glorify devotional service to Krishna, true scriptures. Others are simply artistic. It is the most powerful statement for which Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur writes a big purport, which will be tomorrow. So what has been given here? The literatures which glorify Krishna, they are only true scriptures. Other all scriptures, whatever it may be, that is all atheistic scriptures. If the service to Krishna is not given, every scripture is atheistic scripture. You can say service to God is given, no problem. Some scriptures, they don't know who is God. They may see just God. No problem. Right? Service to God. If service to God is there, wonderful. God is a person. When we say service to God, what it means? God is a person. There is a personal relationship between the Jiva and the God. If this understanding is there, then it is Vaishnava scripture. Because Vaishnavas have a complete understanding. We are all amshas of Krishna. As much as Krishna is individual, we are also individual. Every soul is individually connected with Krishna. Krishna is a person. If this understanding is there, wonderful. If that service to God is not there, speaking about some impersonal Brahman and all these things, understand that is atheistic scripture. It may be belonging to any so-called religion. It may be belonging to so-called Hindu religion also. If service to Krishna is not mentioned, understand that is atheistic scripture. So we'll stop here. Any questions you can ask. Any questions?